Hello, my name is Holly Flink, and this is the third progress in my SIP build. So as of right now, I have this setup going on, and in this setup, I only have one of these levels done. I worked to get all of the mechanics in place and to test the puzzles and see how they would work with the ability, and so far they work pretty good. For either next semester, most likely next semester, these will have pretty much this, and there'll be a lot more stuff going on, and probably a lot of this stuff will change, because it might not work with the way multiplayer is. I just didn't work on all of them because I wanted to focus on getting the mechanic done, and as well as I don't know how to do multiplayer in Unreal. I don't know how to set that up, so I have to figure that out. So let's go ahead and play and look around. So, there's no gun, because I didn't want to play it. So, this tells you that you're player 1, and then if you turn around, you can't leave, obviously, through this window. The reason I have these windows here is so that you can see the other players. And so that'll be player 2, that'll be player 3, and that'll be player 4, and they'll all say player whatever number they are. So right now we're player 1, there's room 2 that way, and room 1 that way, and then there's a door in front of us. And a panel. I don't have any text or anything being like, oh, press E on me or whatever, because I guess I just kind of ran out of time to get that done. But this is supposed to be your fuse box, and this is like in the paper prototype, this is your fuse box, and then this is the panel that unlocks the door. That will unlock it for everybody. Everybody will have their own door over there, but they won't have the panel, they'll just have the fuse box. So right now, because it's just me, the fuse box only requires 2 for the panel to be unlocked, whereas in the 4-player aspect, it needs 4. So right now it only needs 2 keys. Basically, they're just keys, but they're fuses that you have to get through. And I just use basic Unreal art because this is all just making sure that the mechanic is usable in a game. So nothing too fancy. So we'll go to room 1 because it says room 1. So you come down this hallway and now you're in a room, and lots going on. There's a panel here. You can interact with it, and it gives you this riddle that you have to solve. Kind of like Zelda and Wind Waker, where you have to solve the riddle to get into the pirate place. And then it's unlocked. The way we had to set that up is you have to get out of the trigger box for the door to go away. So you come in here, and there's a box on the ground, you pick it up, and that's your first fuse. So, now, I guess we'll check out room 2, because we can. Oh, and the lights just changed. So, as you saw, the lights went from purple to white. That is to determine, basically, actually, if we go back into this room, it's to determine that the ability is active. There's blocks missing. So there's blocks here, and there's blocks here, and there was a table here, and now they're gone, because they only appear with the ability turned on. So that was 2 minutes. Let's see, it's been 3 minutes. So if we come over here, and we come in here, we look around, there's another panel. We press E, and we can't do anything, because this panel you can only interact with when the world is purple, basically when the ability is activated. I just made the lights change to kind of give the player notice that the ability is activated. And I have to, once I get the 4 players in, I have to change it to have like a few second delay before the world turns purple and the blocks and other stuff appear, so that, but there's this little box right here, and that's the other key. So now if we come into here, and we just get up on this, now we can interact with the door, but we don't know what the code is. Don't worry about that. I hit the wrong button. I constantly keep doing that. whenever we're in this. So I'll go ahead and get those boxes again. And you hit R to leave. There we go. Huh. That's weird. So you pick up the block. I'm going to here and get this one. So now we have both keys. I won't go and direct that. But now we have all the stuff. But we don't know the combination. That's what I was going to say. So this is your first puzzle in that room. You can't interact with this puzzle unless the purple world's activated. So this puzzle you have to solve with somebody else. So they have these for you. So right now I just know it. So and there now it's shown us. So there's 7. Right, and so we'll go into here, and we'll go look for the other one, and I know where it is because I placed it. It's back there, kind of hidden. So it's 8. The question is, how do we know which number comes first? The best way that me and Casey helped me a lot with figuring out how to program all of this and set all of this up, so thanks. But so this says room 1 and that one says room 2. So obviously that one would be first because it's the room 1 and that one would be second. So it would go 8, 7. So now we can interact with this. And so it goes 8, 7, 1, 2, 3, 9, 4, 6, submit, hit R, not escape, and now it's open and the world just switched right as we did that. So it's really fast right now. Because obviously there's other players and the 2 minutes. The 2 minutes is kind of long and unreal for the 2, because I guess the puzzles, but with the other players it might be slower. I'll have to test that out. But yeah, it's it's really fast before the 2 minutes are up, but for the playtest, for the prototype, the paper prototype, 2 minutes was just long enough. And sometimes it wasn't long enough, which is exactly what I want, because I don't want you to be able to solve it. I guess because also I placed it, I know that 8 is there, so there'd be a little bit more like searching behind stuff in order to find it. But regardless, it is a little fast, but that might change once these rooms are done. So just going to miss that. I'm not sure. These are really angry when you go into the trigger box and it's like, why you walked over us but didn't do anything, and it gets angry. So that's all that was. Yeah, actually, we will go into here first. So there's this giant branch of messies. That's what I love about Unreal, is that the node and branching looks so cool. So basically what all these are doing is that when you hover over the box and you press E, it takes you inside of that widget. So that's all that does. This one down here is for this widget. It's for the door panel. This is just a mess as well. See? And so this is if you put all the numbers in. And then it's like, okay, if the password and code, which is like the thing that you type, the number that you type doesn't match this password, which is down here, then it won't open. I know the password because I obviously wrote it down, but so every person would give player 1 these numbers. So they would have, so player 1 finds 8, 7, player 2 finds 1, 2, player 3 finds 3, 9, and player 4 finds 4, 6, and then tells everyone. And this is just what it looks like. They're just a bunch of buttons with a submit, and the clear for now doesn't do anything because I realized that if you press E again while you're in here, it just erases this and you can start over. It's really funny. And then this one up here is for the fuse puzzle. So going to fuse puzzle. It's basically just doing the same thing. It's checking to see if the answer is this. I have to test to see how other people do it because this might have to change with there being multiple answers of like promise, promise with the capital P, a promise, all that. It's really complicated, riddle puzzles are, and so I kind of have to figure out how to do it simple, but I just did a simple riddle because it'd be simple. And so this is what it looks like, as we all saw. The other widget is this one, which is, there's these pictures that are obviously buttons, but one of the other players will find a piece of paper that has these 4 pictures on them. So this one right here, this one right here, this one right here, and this one right here, and they will obviously try to describe you, like, okay, so this one looks like a giant blue ball in some sort of sparkle, you know, like, okay, so this one, you click on it, and then they'll describe this picture, and they'll try to describe this one and this one, and you kind of have to work together to choose the right buttons to figure it out. As of right now, though, there's no other person, so. So, I'll just show one of these. This is how the light and ability works. So I have it on a set visibility. So on begin play, the visibility is true. There's a delay of 120 seconds, which is 2 minutes. That makes the visibility false, so you can't see it anymore. And then there's another delay, and then it brings you back here. So it loops back to this set visibility, and it goes through it again and again and again. And that's basically what these do too, which is those boxes that we saw, and then the table, which I just kind of made in here. I have to make more objects like this for the other rooms. And then the light works the same way, except that it doesn't do visibility, it just changes the color of the light. So it starts off purple for player 1, and then it turns to white, and then it goes back to purple when it's your turn with the thing again. And then this is the key. So it's just a simple key that adds the box to your inventory, and then this trigger box will check to see if you have both of them. Well, this one will, and this one. What did I find? I should talk about that. What did I find to be struggling? Obviously, it's too fast. A lot of the struggle comes with the delay and setting up these puzzles and setting up the key and all that kind of stuff, because I was like, I don't really know how to do this. And then Casey helped me figure out, well, the best way to do it, because timer was too complicated for like, it will definitely have to change with the 4 players, because now this player won't be waiting 2 minutes, they'll be waiting 6, because it'll go 2 minutes for this person, and then 2 minutes here, here, and here until it comes back to them. So right now it's just going 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, but in reality it would go 2, 6, 2, 6, 2, 6. And then all the other people would have, so they would be 2, 6, 2, 6, 2, 6. But I haven't figured out how to do multiplayer or make that change yet, so I'll have to kind of figure that out. But that's basically everything that I have so far. Like I said, I just wanted to do a small room with just one person to see how the ability worked. And it works quite well, actually. I think it's kind of neat, like the world changes and this becomes unavailable. I think there needs to be more things that change. I just didn't add them in because I wanted to keep it simplistic. But definitely, I think more things should change, be added, get in the way. Haven't touched enemies yet, that was the other thing. I want there to be enemies that attack you in the white world, W-H-I-T-E, so the normal world, and then the ability world, which is the purple world, so that enemies will attack you with both. But that's AI stuff, and the last time I did AI, I struggled. Because the last time I did AI, the first time I did AI, they spun in circles, but they did kill you. And then the second time I did it is that they did run after you and did go to attack you, but they couldn't kill you, and I couldn't figure out why. So I have to delve into AI a little bit longer, but it wasn't really a priority for this right now. I just wanted to get how puzzles and the ability would work, and like, same with this, I think I want to check. there's a lot that I want to change, but as of right now, it's a pretty good build for just showing off what the ability can do and how it can change things. You know, I started with getting these first because I knew where they were and then going, but if you have someone who doesn't know, then they're like, the 2 minutes might be worth it because they have to be like, well, I'll go into this room first and then kind of look around, see the panel. Obviously, with a menu, you could just tell them, like, hit E on objects to, like, interact with them. So, like, you come up to this, and get your face in it, and then hit E, and then it would be like, oh, okay, pull up the widget. But because it's with me, it is faster, so it all just depends. I will be playtesting it here in a little bit, because I haven't done... I have playtested it, like, several times while building. But I haven't truly sat someone down who doesn't know anything. But I will, and see how that goes. So that's my SIP update, and that's all I have for now.